Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Please hit the subscribe button and give this episode a thumbs up. Season of Love Island USA ever, say. Fans already knew the show thrives on messy hookups, shocking recouplings, and dramatic confrontations. But nobody could have predicted the level of chaos Season 7 would deliver. From explosive fire pit eliminations, secret betrayals, cheating scandals, and even Islanders storming out of the villa, this season has rewritten the rules of reality. Drama. This deep dive, we're going to break down the messiest fights that had Twitter in flames, which couples survived and which fell apart in epic fashion, and why fans are calling this the most dramatic season in Love Island history. So, grab your snacks, because this is going to be a long ride through pure reality chaos. Season 7 started with high expectations. The casting department went all out, bringing in some of the boldest personalities we've ever seen. Right from day one, viewers could tell this wasn't going to be a chill summer of romance. It was going to be war. Unlike previous seasons where people slowly warmed up, Season 7 Islanders came in guns blazing. Within the first 48 hours, multiple Islanders were already clashing, jealousy was brewing, and fans on Twitter were saying this felt more like Real Housewives than Love Island. The producers also introduced a series of new twists, including bombshell overload. Instead of the usual slow drip of bombshells, they sent in 2 new Islanders every 2 days. Double elimination nights. More than once, 2 Islanders were sent home back to back, shaking alliances to the core. And a new public vote power system where fans had more control than ever. This created a constant sense of instability. Nobody could relax. Couples couldn't settle, and trust? Practically non-existent. From the very first fire pit, drama erupted. Instead of polite introductions, Islanders immediately threw shade. Islanders A and B locked eyes instantly. But then Islanders C swooped in and stole the spotlight, causing our first love triangle before the first challenge even began. The boys weren't holding back either. 2 of them openly admitted they wanted to couple with the same girl, sparking the season's first villa argument. Fans noticed right away. These Islanders were not about peace. They wanted attention, camera time, and chaos. This season isn't even about love. It's about who can outmess the other. And I'm here for it. Every Love Island fan knows Casa Amor is when things get wild, but Season 7's Casa Amor was pure destruction. At least 4 couples who seemed solid before Casa crumbled under temptation. One Islander was caught on camera saying they were just testing the waters, but went way too far, leading to one of the biggest screaming matches in villa history when the truth came out. The infamous Casa Amor postcard returned, and this time it showed Islanders in compromising positions that had the main villa losing their minds. The fallout was explosive. Islanders accused each other of being fake, snakes, and clout chasers. Friendships dissolved overnight. And 2 Islanders even threatened to walk out after feeling humiliated. Fans flooded Reddit threads calling this Casa Amor trauma, and yet they couldn't stop watching. One of the biggest storylines this season wasn't just inside the villa, it was outside. Social media went absolutely feral. Fans created memes, TikToks, and Twitter threads dragging Islanders left and right. One Islander became the villain of the season after gaslighting their partner during Casa Amor, and the internet wasn't having it. Another Islander went viral for their iconic one-liners, instantly turning them into a fan favorite despite their messy behavior. The gap between villa reality and fan perception grew wider than ever. Islanders thought they were loved, only to leave the villa to find out the internet had roasted them for weeks. Heated confrontation in the kitchen over loyalty turned into a shouting match where plates were slammed down and Islanders had to be pulled apart. The fire pit wasn't safe either. During one elimination, an Islander used their last words to call out someone as a liar in front of everyone, sparking a screaming match that went viral on TikTok. Even the friend groups weren't stable, girls versus girls, boys versus boys. Alliances shifted weekly. At one point, fans joked that the villa needed security guards because things got so heated. Amid all the mess, a few couples somehow managed to stay strong. One couple became the mom and dad of the villa, constantly calming everyone else down. Another couple shocked fans by reconciling after a huge betrayal, proving that love, or maybe strategy, was stronger than chaos. And of course, there were the power couples who coasted to the finale. but even they weren't free of messy accusations. By the time the finale arrived, viewers were divided. Some felt the winners deserved it, while others swore production rigged the votes. So what made season 7 so messy compared to the others? Too many bombshells, nobody had time to breathe. So relationships never stabilized. Unfiltered personalities, this cast wasn't afraid to curse, confront, or scheme. Social media pressure. Islanders were clearly aware of the fan culture, and it made them perform for the cameras even more. Casa Amor carnage, no couple was safe, and the betrayals hit harder than ever. The result? A season that wasn't just about romance. It was about survival, strategy, and scandal. Love Island USA Season 7 will go down in history as the season that broke the internet. The season where Twitter threads were better than the actual episodes. And the season that blurred the line between love, fame, and pure chaos. Some fans loved it. Others said it was too toxic and lost the magic. But nobody can deny it was unforgettable. And that wraps up our deep dive into. This season had it all. Betrayal, heartbreak, screaming matches, and just enough romance to keep us invested. Whether you loved the chaos or hated it, Season 7 will be remembered as the season that redefined Love Island Drama Games. Season 2 will begin with 14 fan-favorite Islanders, 7 girls, 7 boys from around the world. After they make their sexy entrances into the villa, they'll go on to partake in both team and couples challenges, all while looking for love. You'll be glad to know you're still going to be coupling up and getting to know each other on a romantic level. But this time, in your couples, you'll also be competing against each other in challenges, Season 1 host Maya Jama explained during the very first episode of Love Island Games. And those challenges will determine everything, from who you couple up with to who stays in the villa and who gets dumped. Throughout Love Island Games Season 1, the Islanders competed in a wild assortment of challenges, ranging from obstacle courses to tug-of-war battles. And don't worry, the challenges also introduce plenty of sexy components and shocking twists and turns. Ultimately, the results of those challenges will influence what happens next for the Islanders. But this time around, just like Love Island, all of the action will be happening in real time, and viewers will get to have their voices heard. That's right. The second season of Love Island Games will not only air in real time, but viewers will also get to vote for their favorite couples on the Love Island USA app. Those votes will determine which Islanders will recouple, who will remain in the villa, and who will be eliminated from the competition. To be the first to know when a voting window is coming up and closing, be sure to turn your notifications on for the Love Island USA app. You can also get the latest updates on Love Island Games directly on the app all season long, yes. Bombshells are also part of Love Island Games, and sometimes they're even the Love Island exes of cast members already in the villa. So viewers can expect to see a number of dramatic arrivals make their way to Fiji as the season airs. 2 new bombshells, also Love Island alums, entered the villa at the end of the premiere episode of Love Island Games Season 1, and it was as steamy as you'd expect. After all, Love Island fans are no stranger to a blindfolded makeout session. Just as bombshells do on the OG Love Island series, they're bound to bring more drama, test connections, and simply shake things up on Love Island Games. You thought you'd have to go without Love Island until next summer. We have good news. Love Island Games is making a comeback. Shortly after Love Island USA Season 6 aired last year, the franchise announced that its all-star spinoff was getting a second season. Love Island Games brings together former contestants from the USA, UK, and Australia versions, among others, who didn't find love the first time around. In the Fiji-based villa, they compete in team and couples challenges with the usual dating, eliminations, recouplings, and twists that we've come to expect from Love Island. Also, as usual, one couple gets the cash prize of $100,000. During the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion, host Ariana Madix revealed when Love Island Games will return. Read on for everything we know about the cast, host, and more. Only 3 weeks until we peacock with Love Island Games, Ariana said at the end of the reunion. You can jump back into the world of Love Island on September. The full cast list arrived on September 9th, and it includes plenty of memorable members of the franchise. From Love Island, Season 7's Andreina Santos Marte, Charlie Georgios, and Chris Seeley will appear. Season SIX's Andrea Carmona and Kendall Washington are set to return. Fans of Season 5 will recognize KK Gray, and Season 4's Isaiah Campbell and Season 3's Josh Goldstein will appear, too. From the Belgium/Netherlands version are Garby Dente and Mert O'Katanen. Season 7 and AUS Season 5 alum Lucinda Strafford will come back, as will Season 3's Tariq Hyde. Nicola Gaussi-Bordewar from Malta Season 1 will return, and last but not least, so will Soline Favreau from France Season 2. In Love Island fashion, you can expect bombshells to come into the villa, so watch this space for updates. Season, hosted by Ariana Madix, premiered in June and followed a new group of bathing suit-clad hopefuls looking for romance. Amaya Espinal and Brian Arenales ultimately took home the win with couples Nick Van Steenberga and Olandria Carthan, Iris Kendall, and Pepe Garcia, and Huda Mustafa and Chris Seeley, who called it quits during the finale, rounding out the top 4. While more than one pairing found love inside the villa, Season 7 was not without its drama. Peacock released a first look at the reunion on August 21st, revealing that some of the Islanders' biggest hot topics would be revisited, including an extended look at the iconic heart rate challenge that caused major tension between Huda and Shelley Besant. Certain couples, meanwhile, looked happier than ever in the teaser. Amaya and Brian shared that they met each other's families, but were also on guard when asked about the rumors he was unfaithful after being spotted in a nightclub with girls. I had a lapse in judgment, he claimed to co-host Madix and Andy Cohen. The couple have since unfollowed each other on Instagram. Iris and Pepe have also unfollowed each other as of publication. Related. Love Island USA reunion trailer teases new heart rate challenge footage. The trailer, however, was just the tip of the iceberg as Islanders Ace Green, Austin Shepard, Hannah Fields, Jeremiah Brown, Taylor Williams, Charlie Giorgio, and more are present to hash out the season's biggest drama. Keep scrolling for the biggest revelations, plot twists, bomb drops of the Love Island Season 7 reunion. Amaya and Brian share that they've been making the long-distance relationship between and Boston work, noting that Amaya even met Brian's two bestest friends, Dad and Mom. My mom loved Amaya, he said. She shed a tear when she left out was like, wow. The pair also addressed the allegations that Brian was unfaithful after he was photographed pouring shots into girls' mouths while out on the town one night, that they're trying to just throw any hate my way, Brian said of internet haters. And with the cheating video, the hosting got paid to be there, used to bartend back in the day, had a lapse in judgment, we've talked about it. When Cohen asked what the lapse in judgment was, Brian replied, pouring shots around, giving the crowd shots and stuff like that. Amaya added, we definitely spoke about it. Also not a woman who would be with someone who doesn't respect me. So if I'm still with him, it's because the relationship dynamic is healthy and great. Before moving on, Amaya clarified that she and Brian just prioritize our relationship, very confident in our relationship, and feel like you are too. He agreed, saying, yeah, the comfortability is there and we're just growing. From surprise reunions to breakup rumors, here's everything that has happened with the Love Island USA Season 7 cast since the finale in Fiji. The sun has set on Love Island Season 7, but the cast is not fading from view just yet. After weeks in Fiji, the Islanders have stepped back into real life, and plenty has happened since the July 13th finale. According to US Magazine, host Ariana Madix announced that Amaya Espinal and Brian Arenales walked away with the $100,000 prize, winning over viewers who voted them the strongest couple. Fans cheered, but the end of the season only opened the door for fresh drama to keep the buzz alive. Ariana teamed up with Andy Cohen to film a reunion special on August 12th. Andy gave fans a peek behind the scenes on Instagram stories, joking during a late-night dinner break. Guys, Love Island reunions are no joke. We are on dinner break. It is 9:45 p.m. We are going back in there soon. This reunion, it is good. He later confirmed cameras stopped rolling around 11 p.m., reveals US Magazine. Before the Islanders flew home, family visits brought some emotional reunions. Huda Mustafa saw her sisters in Fiji, but had to wait until July 20th to hug her 5-year-old daughter, Arlie. We needed these hugs. Happiest girls in the world, she wrote on Instagram stories. Since then, Huda has sparked new headlines after being spotted in London with too hot to handle alum Lewis Russell. Matching black outfits at the July 31st Los Angeles premiere of Weapons only fueled speculation. Neither has addressed the chatter, but fans expect questions at the reunion. Also read, Love Island USA Season 7 Reunion. Release date, where to watch. Host and Sierra Ortega faced her own fallout after old posts resurfaced while she was in the villa. As per US Magazine, she left the show early and later confirmed on TikTok she would not attend the reunion. At this point in time, I will not be at the reunion, she said on July 27th, explaining she's focusing on closing this chapter. She admitted mistakes, but also called the experience amazing. So many great ways. Amaya and Brian, for now, remain together. Honestly, so happy to be here with her, Brian told the Today Show on July 15th. Amaya added with a laugh, also a bad actress and a bad liar, think people would be able to catch on quickly. They were last seen holding hands in New York on August 14, that not every couple is smooth sailing. Iris Kendall and Pepe Garcia turn heads after being photographed at Variety's Power of Young Hollywood event, but fans noticed they unfollowed each other on Instagram days before the reunion. Amaya and Brian also sparked speculation when they briefly unfollowed one another, with Amaya later posting cryptic TikToks about resilience and friendship. Love Island USA Season 7 Reunion. Explosive confrontations and fan reaction to Love Island USA Season 7 reunion leads to explosive confrontations and apologies to scorn lovers. The reunion was released on Peacock, was hosted by Andy Cohen and Ariana Madix, and was previously recorded in New York on August 12th. Brought most of the hit reality dating show's cast back together after a tumultuous season. Sierra Ortega and Yulisa Escobar did not appear during the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion. The two contestants were removed from the show in the middle of the season due to previously using racial slurs in their social media content. Standout moments from the reunion included Taylor Williams' apology to Olandria Carthan and the Casa Girls versus the Original Girls. Tensions between the Casa Girls and the Original Girls were rampant during the season and in full force during the reunion. This was especially the case with Courtney Coco Watson, one of the Casa Amor girls, and Olandria, who was one of the Original Girls. Olandria questioned the phrase "my man" repeatedly being used, and Coco claimed that this was never meant to be shady, and that she had never been coming for Olandria. Despite this, Olandria was still upset that Coco did not speak about her true character that she got to experience during their time on the series together instead of what was shown in the edited episodes. Taylor apologies to Olandria for not being honest and almost ruining her Love Island experience. pic.twitter.com/lowjqc for EU. Taylor was asked if he felt that he owed an apology to Olandria after not being honest about his feelings. During the season, he left her for one of the Casa Girls, Clark Caraway, after leading Olandria on for an extensive period of time. He claims that he was waiting for the right time to deliver an apology and took advantage of the reunion to do so. Taylor acknowledges that they grew close very quickly and reminisced on how they used to laugh at everything together. When saying that Olandria was still my dog, she glanced at the camera and the question was raised about whether the other individuals present should clap. Despite his attempts to smooth things over with her, his term of endearment and apology have led to critical reactions from fans. Love Island fans take issue with Taylor's apology and an overall lack accountability. Malefiz did not find Taylor's apology to be sincere, arguing that he would be sending an image of Olandria's glance at the screen in the future to anyone whose apology sucks. Rinalabug was also unimpressed by Taylor calling Olandria my dog and his apology, emphasizing that even Olandria was weirded out by his choice of words. Beyond Taylor's apology to Olandria, at Love_Rachel was left frustrated by how many of the contestants are now trying to take back the words they said and their arguments that they were misunderstood. Gwenchina15 declared that Chris Seeley, Olandria, Michelle Shelley, Evelyn Besant, and Ace Green were the only contestants who stood on business during the reunion and were authentic, while the rest of the Love Island USA Season 7 cast failed to do what was right. Everybody moved on from Love Island USA Season 7, but we're still in villa mode. In all seriousness, though, we aren't the only ones still thinking about the latest season of the reality dating show after the finale aired. Luckily, we have the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion. Given the drama inside the villa and what's gone on since, We can't wait to circle back with the season 7 stars and get some of our burning questions answered. We need to know who stayed together and who didn't. The season 7 reunion episode has already wrapped and will hit Peacock on August 25th. We've already gotten our first taste of what's in store at the reunion through the trailer. Get ready for shocking confrontations and a lot of tears. So, what time is the Love Island USA reunion? Who will and won't be there? Swin has compiled all the latest updates and news about the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion special that you need to know. The Love Island USA Season 7 reunion special will air Monday, August 25th on Peacock. Ariana Madix will host the reunion alongside Bravo's Andy Cohen. Last year, Ariana hosted the reunion special solo, so the addition of Andy is a surprise twist. Andy has hosted countless reunions over the years for the Real Housewives franchise, Southern Charm, and more. What time is the Love Island USA Season 7 reunion? The Love Island USA Season 7 reunion special will drop on Peacock at September 8th. This is the same time episodes of Love Island USA usually drop on the streamer. Let's hope Peacock doesn't run into any technical difficulties that could cause delays. The reunion episode will not be live. On August 12th, Cohen confirmed via Instagram that filming was underway after the cast showed up at some point in the afternoon. Guys, Love Island reunions are no joke, he said. We are on dinner break. It's 9:45. We're going back in there soon. He also couldn't resist giving fans a little tease about what's to come. This reunion, it's good, he said. I'm having so much fun with Ariana. She's amazing, and you know what? I like hosting a reunion with her. So, anyway, Daddy needs some coffee or something. They wrapped at 11 p.m., and he filmed a group of fans gathered outside the reunion site. A well-earned tequila, he said in his last post of the night, snapping a photo at a bar. Short while later, Cohen also confirmed that Islanders were shown the extended version of the Buzzy Heart Rate Challenge, which notably caused friction between contestants Huda Mustafa and Shelly Besaint when it happened. The former set her sights on the latter's partner, Ace Green, but the show didn't reveal what happened between them in full. During the August 13th episode of Watch What Happens Live, the host confirmed that the extended cut was revelatory to the group. Both Yulisa Escobar and Sierra Ortega left the show early for past instances of using racist language. It was safe to assume that Escobar wouldn't make an appearance at the reunion since she left in episode 2, and the former contestant confirmed it on social media. Not going to get invited. She said Doc got kicked out, remember. The question of whether or not Sierra would return was more up in the air since she wasn't removed from the villa until episode 30. In a July 27th TikTok video, she cleared things up. At this time, will not be at the reunion, she said. Feel lighter knowing that my perspective, my thoughts and my feelings and my emotions is out there. In an August 12th Instagram story, Andy teased that everybody returned to film the reunion, so we couldn't help but wonder if Sierra did show up. But the people who gathered outside of the reunion site didn't spot her walking into the building. At the